Okay, so let's start the class. I hope my audio and video qualities are good. So let's start the class. So today we are going to do a game. So we are trying to create a game using block coding. And before I am proceeding to that section, I would like to introduce a new feature which is called Ask a Doubt. It is recently introduced by the Unacademy. Here you can ask unlimited doubts using our platform. Now to ask doubt, the only thing you have to do is that just download our app and just click on that ask a doubt button and upload the concerned question, and you have to select the subject that the question falls under, and you have to wait. Okay, then the educator from our side will uh, give you an explanation regarding the question. Okay, so let's move on to our class. So we are trying to create a game using block coding. Okay, in order to create the game, I am using a platform called Scratch. So just log on to scratch.mit.edu. Okay, scratch.mit.edu. Okay, yeah, if you are a newbie to my class, it's better to click on join Scratch and try to create a username and password. So we have to create a username and password. Okay, and try to log into Scratch. Okay. So since I have an username and password, I will log in with my user ID and password. Okay. So in order to start the Scratch platform or start to create the games, just click on create option so that a screen like this will appear. Okay. So we can see that towards the right side we will have the image of a cat and a white space, and we have a larger white space in the middle of the screen, and towards the left side of the screen we will have a lot of options like this. Okay, so we will use these options to animate or make games using uh, these images. I mean, the common name of this image is sprite. We used to call it as sprite, and this is the place we will get the output. Okay, we will get the output here, and we will code here, and these are the set of codes that will be used to code. I hope you understood about this one. Hello, who is Sahini? Okay, what about now? Am I audible now? Just give a yes if I am audible. I know there will be some lag, but still. Hi Shiva, is it audible now? Okay, I'm continuing now. I hope my voice is clear. So I'm trying to do an apple catcher game, which means the apple will come down from this area and the cat will catch them all. Okay. So I am trying. Yes. Hello. Is it audible, Shiva? Yes. So I'm trying to do that game. So in order to do that, I am planning to add a backdrop. So I will use this character to catch the apple. So I will try to add backdrops. In order to add backdrops, just click here and I will go for blue sky. Okay. So this will be the backdrop and this is the character that I am going to use here. Okay. And I will place the character somewhere over here. Okay. I will place the character somewhere over here. Okay. Now I would like to make some movement for the cat. In order to do that, we will go to the event block. So whenever we are starting or starting animations or making games, we have to put any one of the event block. That's the first thing. Okay. So whenever we are starting creating an animation or game, we have to use the any one of the event blocks. So I will go with the when flag is clicked. Okay. So I will go with the when flag is clicked, and I will drag. So now this is the position of the cat, and the second thing is that I want to fix the location of the cat. So I will go to the motion block and I will fix the go to X and Y, which means towards the end the cat will be somewhere over here. So if I just click on the flag again, he will come back to the initial position. So I just fix this position as the initial position, and I just drag go to X and Y. Okay. So this will be the initial location of the cat. So whenever you are starting the game again, you will go to this initial location. Okay. And next thing is that we want to make some movements of this cat using right and left arrow. So if I just click on the right arrow, he will move towards the right. If I just click on the left arrow, which is available on your keyboard, if I just click on the left arrow, he will move towards the left. So in order to do that, just go to the control block and you have to use the forever loop, which means the entire thing, which means the right and left movement should be forever. Okay, that's the reason behind putting the forever loop here, and I will put if then loop inside this one. Okay, now the reason behind putting the if then loop is that here we have a condition here. Okay, the things been inside the if loop will be executed once this condition is achieved, which means if I press the right arrow, then only the things inside will be executed. So I will just go to the sensing block and I will use this key space is pressed and place it here. So I am using the right and left arrow, so I have to change this one to right arrow. Okay, so if I just press the right arrow, the cat has to move towards the right. So in order to achieve that, I will go to the motion block and I will come down. We have an option to move towards the left side or right side by using the change X by 10. X by 10 means he will move horizontally. Okay, if you are using change Y button, he will move up and down. Okay, since we have to move right and left, I am using change X by 10. If I just click on the flag and pressing the right arrow, now the cat will be moving towards the right side. Okay, but if I am pressing the left arrow, nothing is happening. Okay, now we have to like code the left arrow also. Like what we did in the right arrow, we have to replicate the things to the left arrow. So in order to do that, we have to go to the control block again. We have to go to the control block again, and we have to drag if loop. Okay, we have to drag the if loop. And here's the thing is that we have to put the condition again. So what should be the condition? Key left pressed. We just programmed the right arrow. Now we have to program the left arrow. So in order to do that, go to the sensing block again and just drag key space is pressed and just change it to left arrow. So just change it to left arrow and we have to put the movements here. So in order to put the movements here, just go to the motion block and just drag change X by 10 again. But here's the thing is that both the codes are same, right? Both are X by 10. But the thing is that if you are using the left arrow, he has to move towards the left. So in order to make him move towards the left, we have to use a minus sign before the value. If you forgot to put the minus sign, what will happen is that if I am pressing the left arrow, still he will move towards the right side. Okay, so you should put the minus sign before the value like this. Now if I just click on the flag, now you can see that if I just press the right arrow, he will move towards the right. If I just press the left arrow, he will move towards the left. So we just completed the movements of the cat using block coding. Now we are going to code the app. Okay, so we have to control the flow of the apple and movements of the apple. So in order to do that, we have to add the sprite of an apple. So just go to the choose a sprite and try to add the apple. So now this is the apple and we have to place the apple at the top of the screen like this. So we have to place the apple at the top of the screen like this. Okay. And the next thing is that we have to drag the when flag is clicked. So I will just drag when the flag is clicked. And the next thing is that I want to fix the initial location of the apple. So I choose this location as the initial location. So I will go to the motion block and I will put the go to X and Y, which means whenever we are starting the game, the apple will come to this position. Okay, like what we did in the cats program, the apple will comes to the initial location or the fixed location. And the next thing is that we want to make the apple come down, right? Since we want to make the apple come down, we will start with the for loop. Okay, we'll start with the forward loop, which means the things inside the for loop will be executed continuously. Okay, the things inside the for loop will be executed continuously. That's the reason behind putting the forward loop. Okay, and the next thing is that we want to like make the apple fall. So in order to make the apple fall, just go to the motion block and we will have an option called change y by 10 and put it inside this forever loop, which means uh, if you are using this change y by 10, which means it will move up. Actually we want the apple to move down. In order to do that, as we said in the cats program, we have to put a minus sign before this value, and I will change this value to -7 or -5. Okay, if I just click on the flag, you can see that now the apple is coming down like this. Okay, and if I just click on the flag again, it will go to the initial location again. That's a use of putting the initial location and setting up the initial location. Okay, and the next thing is that now what we are going to do is that we are going to add some conditions here. Okay, so like the apple will come down from here and we will start with the cat. I mean, if the apple touches the cat, if the apple touches the cat, we have to create a new apple, and like we have to avoid the current apple. Okay, so in order to do that, just go to the control block and put if then loop. Okay, just go to the control block and put if then loop, which means here we have to put some condition where, which means if the apple touches the sprite. So in order to do that, just go to the sensing block. We will have touching mouse pointer is there. Just drag it and put it inside this one and just change it to sprite one, which means when the apple touches this character, then only this code inside this will be executed. Then only the code inside will be executed. So in order to do that, just go to the motion block and put the go to X and Y again. Okay, I will put the go to X and Y again, which means whenever the apple touches the cat, then he will go to the other location. I mean, he will go to the other location. I mean, the initial location. But the thing is that we have an error here, which means the apple is keep coming from the same side, right? The apple is keep coming from the same side. Actually, it's an error, right? The apple is keep coming from the same side. In order to avoid that, okay, in order to avoid that, we have to change the direction of y here. Okay, we have to change the direction here. So in order to do that, just go to the operators here, and you have to use the pick random option. We have to use the pick random option, and you have to change the direction of x. I mean, the x is start from this point to this point, right? So we have to pick random values of x. So I will put here, and I will change this value from -240. It's a random value. Okay, you can use your own values. I will choose -240 to +240. If I just click on the flag again, now the apple will come from here, and now we can see that the apple is coming from different positions, which means different random positions. Okay, so now the game is almost working, and we have to put one more condition, which means if you forgot, if the cat couldn't catch the apple, it will definitely fall towards this floor. So if the this apple touches the floor, we have to end the game. If this apple touches this floor, we have to end the game. We have to like code that one also. Okay, so in order to do that, just go to the control block again and just drag if then loop. Okay, which means the we have only a single condition here, which means the apple touches the sprite. Sometimes we may fail to touch the apple, which means the apple will touch the floor. So we have to consider that condition also. If the apple touches the floor, we have to end the game or we have to exit the game. So in order to achieve that, we have to use, you have to go to the sensing block and we have to use touching color. We have to select this color. Okay, there is no option like touching for is there, so we have to choose touching color. So I will just drag this one and put it here inside this one, and now I will just change the color, or I will just select the floor color. I will just click here. We'll have a refill option is there. Just click here and you have to select this color. Now this color has been changed to the color of the floor. Now what we are going to do is that we have to stop the game when this apple touches the floor. So we have to use stop option, which is available in the control block, and put it inside this one. So if I just click on the flag, you can see that the apple is keep coming here. If I fail to touch the apple, which means the apple will touch the floor. Now the game will be exited or nothing will happen from now onwards. Okay, so that's the use of using the stop all button. So we just created a game. Now what we are going to do is that we have to set up a scoreboard. Actually, we all know that in most of the games we will have a scoreboard. Now what we are going to do is that we are going to create a scoreboard. So in order to create a scoreboard, just go to the variables. Just go to the variable and try to create a variable which is called score. Just go to the variable and try to create a variable which is called score. So just click on make a variable and just type score and just click OK. Now you can see that the scoreboard is almost there. Okay, the scoreboard is almost there. Now we have to change the score, right? If I just click on the flag, you can see that nothing will happen. I mean, the scoreboard is not changing. Since we have to make the scoreboard change, we have to put change my variable inside this one. Change my variable and just change it to scoreboard, which means whenever the apple touches the cat, the scoreboard will change by 1. Okay, whenever the apple touches the cat, the scoreboard will change by 1. If I just click on the flag, you can see that now 1, this is 2, 3, and it will keep go like that. If the apple accidentally touches the floor, the game will be exited. Now my score is 4. So we just created the scoreboard. And if I just look into the score, actually it is 4. If I just click on the flag again, it will start from 4 again, right? If I just start the game again, it will start from 4 again. Actually, whenever you are playing the game from the beginning, we have to start with the scoreboard 0, right? So in order to do that, we have to use the option called set my variable to 0 and place it here and just change it to score. Now if I just click on the flag, you can see that now the scoreboard will start from 0. Okay, otherwise it will start from where we left off in the previous game. Okay, now we just set up a scoreboard, and the scoreboard will start from 0 whenever we are starting the game, and the scoreboard will keep change by 1 when the apple touches the cat. Hope you understood how to do this one. Let me check whether there is any doubt from your side. Okay, no doubts, right? So the next thing is that now we are going to set up an end screen welcome screen and all. Okay, end screen welcome screen and all. So I will just click on this backdrop option. I will just click on this backdrop option. Now this is a backdrop here, and what we are going to do is that we are going to create some backdrops. So we have a single backdrop, which is backdrop 1, and we just added a backdrop which is called backdrop style. Now we are going to duplicate this backdrop 1 to twice. So this is 1 and this one is 2. So we just duplicate this backdrop twice, and I will just rename every backdrop. So I will just rename this backdrop as welcome backdrop. Okay, and I will just rename this one as playing backdrop. Play backdrop. So not play backdrop, I will just use it as end backdrop, and I will use this one as a win backdrop. So whenever we are winning the game, this backdrop will be executed. Okay, So I'm starting with the n backdrop. So I will just type game over. Okay, that game over. So whenever we are ending the game, which means if we fail to catch the apple, the game over screen will be printed. And if you won the game, then you won. Or I will use winner. That will be better. So I will use the winner screen. Okay. So whenever we won the game, the winner screen will be printed. Okay. So I will just avoid the welcome screen. Okay. So I will just go to the coding area. Now we will try to code here. Okay. Right. So whenever you are clicking the flag, okay. So whenever you are clicking the flag, the backdrop should be the playing backdrop. I will just remove this welcome backdrop. So I will start with the playing backdrop. So I will use the blue sky. So whenever you are clicking the flag, we will start from the blue sky. And the thing is that if the apple touches the floor, if accidentally the apple touches the floor, we have to switch the backdrop to n backdrop, which means we have to print the game over screen. So in order to do that, just come to the apple's program and just drag switch backdrop. Okay, just drag switch backdrop and just change it to end. Just change it to end, which means if accidentally the apple touches the floor, we will switch the backdrop. So if I just click on the flag, you can see that the apple will come down. If I fail to uh, catch the apple, the game over screen will be printed. Okay, now nothing will happen. Okay, so we just created the game over screen. And if you want to add the winner screen, we have to use another if loop. So I will go to the control block again and I will drag if loop. Okay, I will drag the if loop again, and we have to put the certain conditions here. We have to put certain conditions here. So I will go to the variable. So I will go to the operators first of all, and I will drag this option. Okay, and I will go to the variables and I will pick score. So like if the score turns to 5, which means if we catches 5 apples, then we will be the winner. So we will be the winner. So we have to print the winner screen. So in order to print the winner screen, just go to the looks block and try to use the switch backdrop option and just change it to win. Which means if we catch the 5 apples, then we will be the winner, and this winner screen will be printed, and we have to stop the end-day proceedings at that particular point. Okay, so we just use the end screen and we use the winner screen also. So if I just click on the flag, you can see that the apple will come down. So I will catch 5 apples. Okay, 4. Yes. So I'm the winner now. So if I just catch 5 apples, okay, then the winner screen will be printed. Hi Vasundhara, please go through. So just go through my video from the beginning. Okay, we are creating a game using Scratch platform. Right. So this is how we can create end screen and like winner screen. Now we are trying to create a welcome screen. So whenever we are creating a game, we should have a welcome screen, right? So whenever we are starting a game, we should have a screen like welcome to the game. Press space key or press any key to continue. So we are going to do that. Okay. So in order to do that, we will just change it to welcome screen. So whenever we are starting the game, we should have a windows welcome screen. So we'll just go to the backdrops option, and I will do some text work here. Okay, so I will just click here and I will type welcome to the game, and I will use some other text like press space key to continue, like this. Okay, which means the game will be started only after pressing the space key, otherwise the game won't work. Okay, so you can use any key. I mean, you can use any key, or you can use right left arrow. You can use letters from A to Z and all. Okay, so I'm just using space key to continue, and I will go to the coding area of the backdrop. So in order to code the backdrop, just click here. So you will come with the screen like this. Okay, now we are trying to code here. as we know, we have to use a forever loop here, and inside the forever loop you have to use the if loop. Okay, and we have to switch the backdrop now. So just drag, switch the backdrop to blue sky, which means this is a playing backdrop. Okay, so in order to come into this if loop, we have to achieve this condition, which means this if loop will be executed only after pressing the space bar. If we forgot to press the space bar, the game won't be initiated. So in order to do that, just go to the same thing and put key space is pressed, which means initially we will have a backdrop like this. Okay, then the game will be executed only after putting the uh, if we are pressing the space bar. Okay, so I will just click on the now like that. Okay, and now we have to do one more thing is that now if I just click on the flag, the game is working, right? And we have an press space key is there, right? So actually it's an error, we have to rectify that error. So in order to do that, we have to remove these things from both cat and the app, which means this code has to be initiated only after switching the backdrop to playing backdrop. Okay, once we press the space bar. Okay, so in order to do that, just go to the event block and just use the when backdrop switches to blue sky, and you have to do the same thing for Apple also. Okay, you have to do the same thing for Apple also. Yes, this one. And if I just click on the flag, you can see that nothing is happening, right? And if I just click on the space bar, now the game will be initiated like this. Now I am a winner here, and if you want to hide the character in the initial stage, I mean now the character is somewhere over here. If you want to hide the character whenever you are starting the game or in the welcome screen, in order to do that, you can use when the flag is clicked and just go to the looks block, and there we will have an option to hide. Okay, now here we can hide the character. If I just click on the flag, you can see that there is no apple, but if I press the space bar, still there won't be any apple. Okay, like we forgot to put a show block just after when backdrop switches to blue sky, which means now the apple will only shown once the backdrop switches to blue sky, and we have to repeat the same thing for cat also. Okay, I will do the same thing for cat. If I just click on the flag, you can see that nothing will be there. If I just press the space bar, now the game will be executed. Okay, like this. Okay, and we have one more error is there. Like we have a scoreboard here, right? So whenever we are starting, or we have whenever we are having a welcome screen, we don't have an scoreboard, right? So in order to hide the scoreboard, just go to the variables. We have a hide variable and show variable is there. Hide variable and show variable is there. So we'll just use the hide variable and place it here. Just change it to score. If I just click on the flag again, now the scoreboard won't be there. And we have to do one more thing. We have to show the variable whenever we are starting the game or whenever we are switching to the playing backdrop. So you have to change it to scoreboard. If I just click on the flag, now you can see that the game is almost quite good, and I hope you understood how to do this one. And the thing is that in today's class we are trying to create an apple catcher game. Okay, so we use an apple and an cat as an apple catcher, and we want to make the apple fall from the top. We want the apple to fall from the top. So first of all, we will set the movements of the cat. So if you are pressing the right arrow, the cat will move towards the right side by using these codes. If you want the cat to move towards the left side, we will use these codes to move him towards the left side. And don't forget to put the forever loop, which means this entire code will be executed for forever. Okay, that's the use of this two if loops. And then we'll move on to the apple. The first thing is that we have to fix the apple somewhere over here, right? We have to fix the apple somewhere over here, and we have to set up this initial location. It's very important. We have to set up the initial location. Okay, so whenever you are starting the game, the apple will go to this position, irrespective of where we left of the game. You will go to the initial location of this location. Then you have to use the forever loop. Okay, Then these are the important things. What we are going to do is that first thing is that we want to make the apple fall from the top. So in order to make the apple fall from the top, we have to change y by -10. If you forgot to put the minus sign before the value, the apple will move up. Actually, we want the apple to move down. That's why we put a minus sign before the value. Don't forget to put the minus sign. The next thing is that we have to put some conditions. The first condition is that when the apple touches the cat, when the apple touches the cat, we want to give some points, right? So if the apple touches the cat, we will get the point, we will increase the point by 1. And the next thing is that we want to like delete this apple, and I want this apple to go to some random location and fall again. So we can achieve by using go to x and y, and we will use the pick random option, and we will get it from the operator. Because if you forgot to put this pick random option, the apple will come down from the same position. I will show it again. If I forgot to put the pick random option, the apple will come down from the same position. So it will be easier to play the game. So that's why you put the pick random option, and you can choose the value. One value should be minus, and the other value should be plus. Okay. So like this is the minus value and this is the plus value. And the next thing is that if you fail to catch the apple, which means if the apple touches the floor, we have to exit the game. We have to exit the game. So, so that we will prepare an exit screen like this by using the backdrop option, and we will exit by using this option. If we catch 5 apples, if we catch 5 apples, we will be the winner. So we have to print the winner screen. So we have to create a winner screen, and we have to stop the game. Okay. So we will go to the backdrop option here. So we just created 2 more backdrops. Initially we will have a single backdrop, and we just added a new backdrop which is called blue sky. We will create 2 more backdrops using duplicate option, and we just created a welcome screen, end screen, and a winner screen. Okay, I hope you understood this one, and thanks for joining the session. Bye.